We have a couple of very special guests, KG from KG Collector and Aries, the Dark Jedi from Sixth Scale Cantina, with us to talk about Star Wars and the Market Chart Show.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? All right, so today we got a pretty good, exciting show here. We've got, as you know, Rodrigo. So what's up, Rod?
Up.
Shane, as always.
Hey.
And we've got KG Collectors over here coming in and gonna say hi.
Hey, Anthony. Thanks for having me.
Hey. And of course, our very special guest, we got Aries, the Dark Jedi. What's going on, bud?
Hey, real pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Let's take a look here. Let me make sure everything's good there. All right. Yeah. So lots of craziness going on right now in Hot Toys land, right? Especially with Star Wars.
Yep.
I'm trying to think here. Do we have enough money for everything that's coming?
I do.
Because that's like it's a little bit of an onslaught. Yeah, you do with that Dune money coming in, right?
Man. It's crazy. Yeah.
So, but a lot has already came out, and that's what I figured we'd kind of briefly go over. So we have our Death Watch here. Rod, why don't you take over on that one a little bit here?
That was an unexpected come, right? Because mine literally arrived yesterday. I don't know if you guys had already received that one. I
ended up getting mine.
Yeah, mine is actually not even open. It's still in the box.
Oh, okay. So, but
Nice.
yours finally did come in.
Yesterday, so I'm still waiting for my 501st because that's going to be delayed a little bit because of the big typhoon that was in Hong Kong.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't expected. At least I didn't expect it to get this fast. So people are actually asking for new figures. I'm scared because I don't need a lot of figures right now. I already have that one. The Rex has arrived too, and that's money. That's money.
Rex. Wow.
So, what about you guys? You guys get these?
Well, I got mine. I don't know what big your Aries. Are you picking up? I know you're kind of selective with the Star Wars, certain ones.
Yeah, I get certain ones and certain ones I don't. I kind of have it segmented so I'm able to budget because, as you mentioned, how we're going to afford all of this.
Right.
So that's what I do with Star Wars Hot Toys. So I have it kind of segmented out, and really, to make a long story short, I focus a lot on the Hot Toys that have a head sculpt, and not so much when they don't have it, unless it's like Darth Vader or Boba Fett, something to that effect.
Right, something like very more iconic.
Yeah. Now, it doesn't mean that I don't have troopers. I got a ton of troopers just in another collection because Hot Toys, as you know, $200-300, they can kind of add up. But can I ask a question real quick, Rodrigo? Did you say you got Rex in from side? You got Rex in from overseas, is what you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ordered from different places.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Listen,
if you don't know Rodrigo gets 4 of everything.
Actually, sorry.
If you're gonna show another one, I'm done.
He might.
Wow, you got 4.
Thanks, God.
So,
He does. It's no joke.
I canceled the 4th one because the 4th one was with Sideshow.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, given where he's at too, it's a lot quicker overseas.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I got one, baby, on my chair over there. I just got it today.
Nice. You got yours today. All right. Yeah, I got mine.
You did totally right, Aries, because I'm going to only keep one of these.
Oh.
All these was that I got stressed. I wanted to get it for sure. So I posted a pre-order with Sideshow. And then I pre-ordered with another company. And then I pre-ordered with the company that I usually buy. So the thing is, I intended to buy 2 Death Watch Mandalorians and 1 Rex. I did the other way around. So I ordered 2 Rexes and 1 Death Watch Mandalorian. So I ended up with 3 Rexes. So you see, I'm not that crazy. There's a logic in that.
That's awesome. That's awesome, though.
You wonder if we discuss Sideshow canceling alter ego free shipping and no sales tax policy. Is that something that just happened? I'm not aware of it.
I don't know. I don't even know what that
I haven't
means.
heard
Yeah, I saw that post. I believe on I think it was Jetta Patrol's post that Alter Ego is now, I think, putting shipping and tax now because they just got hit by Sideshow for that.
Ah,
Oh, really? And
Yeah, there's
previously
an
it
actual
wasn't.
message that they put on, I think, their website too. So
Yeah, I saw that as well.
it just
Okay.
sucks. Yeah, they got flagged.
that
Oh,
sucks.
Which is
oh, so
unfortunate.
like to attempt to collect tax liability.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, no, I didn't even hear about that. I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, when I saw that post, I just felt so bad. It's just, it
Yeah.
really sucks.
Okay, yeah. Whoa, I'll have to read a little more into that. It was something we can probably talk about a little bit later. I had no idea.
Me neither.
I've been busy all day too, so that if that just came out today, wow. Okay.
My
Yeah,
taxes from you guys, so.
Hmm?
My taxes are different from you guys, so I can.
Right. No, I get that. Well, what about you, Shane? Then, what are you? Did you pick up Death Watch?
Yeah, I got. I don't know if I didn't get that one. I was gonna wait till it comes to add the cart thing or whatever. But I got my Rex paid for. He's done, so I'm just waiting on that one.
Right, because there's a little bit. He got delayed a little bit too, right, on Sideshow.
Yeah, oil spill or something, and I don't even know why.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Right.
But
I
did
actually called Sideshow in yesterday about Rex, and they said don't expect it anytime soon. So,
Whoa, really?
Did they really tell you that?
So he's coming.
Sucks. It's. I know it's delayed. I think it's delayed till December, I believe. So, yeah.
Yeah, but that could
Right.
spill further into next year.
Yeah, we're gonna get another cap. So.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It'd be like another cap. It'd be another cap. Wow.
Yeah, because shipments from different are coming in, and it's like I said, there's a huge traffic right now. So
right.
Hey, what's up, man?
Dante.
Collectibles?
Hey,
what's going on, Dante? Manahawk Collectibles. What's up, man? I tried getting a hold of you, but I know I think you're busy right now. I know that much. So at least you can pop in and say what's up, man. We appreciate it. Absolutely, yeah. So if they hit Alter Ego, the other ones better watch out. Yeah.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared of one website. I'm not gonna mention because maybe Side just watching this, but I'm scared for one website out there.
But just we talk to people that actually don't know what you guys are talking about. So Alter Ego is a store that was hit with a cease and desist, or like they have to pay taxes now. Is that it?
I think so. IRS
I believe so.
Putting some policy on that, right?
Yeah.
Because I think everybody needs to actually charge taxes to sell in the U.S. I think.
Yeah, they were talking about something like that before, but I didn't know it was like happening like right now. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to see what happens in the coming. I mean, is it like right now? Is it in effect right now?
I heard something a couple of weeks ago that they were going to start cracking down for a lot of sellers like that this was going to start happening with this shipping and taxes, I believe. So I haven't really looked into it that much, but I did hear about that. And I think it kind of goes, I think it's, more widespread than just, just action figures and collectibles. I think it's something that they are going to be cracking down on. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's going to be. Exactly. Yeah, Hot Toys is already expensive as it is. So
yeah.
Oh, gosh,
now was it Sideshow KG that
shouldn't be, because
or was it
that's a government.
The government.
Government.
Because I scanned through that post, but I didn't read it closely.
I didn't read the whole thing, but I know that something about Sideshow flagged them over shipment and taxes right now. So that's what I've read so far. But I believe it's Sideshow. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on it. So
yeah, that's what I'm not sure either. I guess that's something we'll be talking about pretty soon. When we have a little more information about it. Because I didn't know. Like Aries was saying. Sorry, I'm giving this to Dante here. That that we had heard about it, but we weren't sure if that was like going to be going into effect. But I guess now it is.
I think there's a little bit of a confusion, at least from what I understand, because taxes are governmental issue, right? The most Sideshow could do would be to tell on them to the government, right? And the government would swoop in if actually they were doing it wrong, so not charging the correct taxes.
I think you're right, Rodrigo. That would be the way to go. I mean, I can buy something, or any one of us can buy anything we want off a Sideshow or Volume. They have no idea how we're going to sell it,
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I get that. Real quick here with O'Reilly here. How's my Venom doing? I had heard about some issues. I'll tell you what. I have my Venom. My Venom's right here, and I can just show you just briefly. I'll just minimize, but I'm not having any. He still feels very, like, I want to say almost lubricated, right? Like, I haven't had any issues at all whatsoever. Like, the only issue I ever had was when I didn't pull the leg down, and I pulled it, and I kind of peeled some of it. But otherwise, I haven't had any issues. So I can't speak for everybody, but for me, everything's been fine. Anyway, sorry, I just wanted to get that out of the way there because I know that's been a topic. Everybody's been asking about Venom.
Right, yeah, and I actually saw another post last week. You left because me and Lynch were talking afterwards, and there was a post, I think it was on Jedah's post, or Jedah's group. I'll send you the picture. This is another issue that Venom has as well. It's not just around the leg area, but it's also around the ankle. I'm going to send you the picture so if you want to showcase it. Let's see.
I can take a peek. That's kind of a pain to grab, but
yeah, I just sent it to you on a Facebook message.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just save that really quick and I'll show you. But while I do that, let's pull up our next Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because that's really what's going on right now. This has been like insane releases.
Yeah.
I know Aries, I know he's not sculpted, but I mean, are you passing this one up?
Well, for me personally, yes, I'm not going to go ahead and get this particular figure. No, I mean, then I'm going to go into a hole where I'm going to have to get the Rogue One Short Trooper, and then I want to get the Grunt, Short Trooper from the Mandalorian. So again, I don't really collect the troopers in this line. I'm actually looking at the one of the Short Troopers I have actually in a different line. That's why my head's turning. But no, but this figure is awesome. I mean, I'm spilling my coffee all over this particular figure. And
I'm right there with you.
I love them all. And it doesn't mean that I won't eventually, like with a lot of these. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It was really hard. Really freaking hard not to get the 501st Deluxe. I do have a 501st. But, it's just a question of I'm not going to buy. For as much as I spill my coffee, baby, on all this stuff, and I do with every single Star Wars release, it's kind of like a lot of other lines I collected in the past. I don't come in it thinking I'm going to get every single darn figure because it's just too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
But I think that figure's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I
ain't work. I mean, it looks so vibrant. That whole. I mean, I want to get my pina colada out. I want to go make one in my blender upstairs.
Right. For me, the Short Trooper has been like when we've talked about this before, on your stream as well. But the Short Trooper to me is the standard for me, right? That's like my favorite style. I don't know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Short Trooper. Like as you know, in Rogue One, we did get a glimpse of the all white version of him. That armor style, that's what I dig more than the conventional Stormtrooper.
It's very attractive.
It is. I don't know what it is, but they just nailed the design. There's something with the aesthetics there, and especially with the color palette for the Short Trooper. I know some people think the color is a little too drab for them, but I'm digging it. I love that sandy color with that teal blue. Dude, he is so.
Well, you have to wonder how that original release from Rogue One with the Rogue One, that Short Trooper that's up in the secondary market, how high that figure is going to go now with these coming out, because I think that there are going to be some collectors that are going to want to complete the collection. A lot of us, including myself, that's why I stay away if I can. You have OCD on some of this stuff.
I'm with you.
And, You know, it was up over $600 a short trooper for a while. Then it kind of trended down. I think it's in 500. I think you have it up over here.
Yep.
Yeah,
We got it over here. Right.
Yep,
on your site, Sixth Scale Cantina, which is, I'm telling you, that's why I've been such a proponent of what you do for the community, man, because this is critical, like, data that we need, that I think all collectors need, especially like you said, because these things aren't cheap, you know. So being able to gauge, absolutely, of course, it's amazing work. I always reference it, bud, always. And but you're right, because I remember Sword Trooper was up there. And now we're seeing this little decline, but I'm with you. I think now that this one's out, and especially once we get the grunt,
it'll start rising, I think.
Yeah, he's going back up, because he is unique, you know. He's got his full blue. He's the captain. I'm fortunate that I have him, so I'm definitely picking up. Like I said, I'm getting one of the squad leaders, and I'll probably get 2 grunts. And having all 4 of those guys together in one display, that's going to be fire. Absolutely.
That actually became a problem for me, because the captain, which was the one we got, right? So the captain commands a couple of squad leaders at least, right? So I've got 3 captains, so I need 6 squad leaders and at least 12 grunts to make sense.
Yeah, I mean, if I was in Rodrigo's world, yeah, that would make sense. I could do that, but it's so difficult to. I mean, you're talking $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 right there.
Yeah.
For short troopers.
Well,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you have to wonder with the Andor series if they're going to have more short troopers. And I know people have discussed before, are they going to reissue the captain? I'm not so sure, because, like, even with the Mandalorian, you had, like, what, the incinerator trooper. Now you got the artillery trooper. You have the stormtrooper commander. So and remnant trooper, right? So I'm wondering if they're just going to have different versions of the short trooper and not actually come out with that captain again.
Right.
I think that would be the way to go.
That's exactly.
Go ahead, Rod. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You're cutting out there. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's exactly what I'm expecting to happen. Different versions, but not a reissue of the captain at all. Simply because they don't need to. They did the grunt. They can do a sergeant. They can do a specialist, whatever. They could do a captain again. Just alienate all the people that actually already have the captain. I
agree.
Yeah. No, I'm absolutely with you. Go ahead, Shane.
Oh, I'd be happy with just the squad leader and the grunt. You know, I mean, yeah, having the original one's nice, but they're
right. But the style,
they're so
still.
I mean?
The style,
yeah. I'm good with it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, let those people who got them be, happy about having that one. It's a good figure. It's a
of course. But I mean, Aries brings up a good point with that, with Andor, and instead of doing stormtroopers, yeah, why not? Why not have different variations of that shore trooper style? Because that's kind of the area I think they're going to be discussing anyway. In the show. I mean, I don't know, but I'm sure we'll still see some stormtroopers, right? It's Star Wars. You have to have at least some basics, right?
I confess that my biggest problem nowadays with Hot Toys is the fact that they come out and then they just sell out. For example, the troopers, they didn't have to sell out. They could just sell them all year round, right? So, for example, because let's say you want to build build a figure, right? You have to buy them at that time, because otherwise they just sell out and you can't get it again. Or have to get it on the secondary market. It was going to be way more expensive, right? So, for example, 501st, for example, I've got 9. I want to have at least 12. So I still need to hunt 3 more. And that's within that timetable, you know what I mean? It's just, that's why it gets hot, because it's expensive, but it's something you could, for example, pay in a, what do you call it?
Like increments?
In increments, for example, and get once one 501st every 2 months. People would be able to build that. But since it's just like in that time, and after it's sold out, you're gonna have to spend way more money. Whoever wants to have to go crazy, eh?
No, I agree. That is a problem. And I thought at just the very least they should have had a basic stormtrooper like year round.
Yeah, of course.
because it's been hard. I mean, there's people that have been paying pretty good money for Return of the Jedi Stormtroopers.
Right.
And I think it's ridiculous.
Right, and I think that with regular Stormtroopers, I think they should do that like yearly. Like I think they should like always like have it, just because there are people that army build it, and it's such a simple figure to make because they already have the mold for it. So why not?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So why not do that yearly? Like every time, like just restock it. It's not going to go up in value because if they're going to keep doing that, there's no point.
And they're not going to be short on customers to get them.
Yeah, I think. I would agree. No. I think Aries might even pick them up. Right. I mean, if they were year round, they're always there and they're affordable. For a
decent price. Yeah.
They're a little bit lower than the standard Hot Toys price, right? But they're always there.
Yeah, like an army builder version.
Yeah.
Just have like the figure, a stand, and some hands and a gun.
And then I probably would.
Yeah, right. Because they're just there, and you don't feel like, oh, I have to get it now, and it's a premium price, and if I want them, I have to get a bunch, and then they're going to be gone, so I'm not even going to bother trying because I can't get 5. Right now. And that's
right.
Go ahead,
if they do something like that, then $185, $190, even if it's just $200. I mean, it's still
good
low enough to be like, hey, I can get a couple more of these.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm thinking now with the Mandalorian. The Stormtrooper Commander's coming too. Right?
Oh, right.
And that pauldron is just going to slide right off. I'm
there you
almost
go. There's your regular trooper.
And that's priced at $220. So again, I don't mind that as an army builder, right? I'd pick those up and just take the pauldrons off. You have spare parts, that's great. You can mix and match, right? You know how it goes. But then I think to myself, how long is Stormtrooper Commander going to be available?
I don't think very long.
Right. So then I'm like, do I need to buy 9 of them? Because they're gonna like Rod's saying, they're gonna go. So then you are less inclined to army build. Because I don't have that kind of money up front to just drop on troopers. If you give me a year-round, release, or even let's say they start with this and say, okay, here is Stormtrooper Commander, right? There's your Stormtrooper for the next 365 days.
Right.
Now next year, here's another Stormtrooper that's still the white kind. We like I said, we don't need necessarily like Incinerator or the the colored ones, but just variations of the basic Stormtrooper. Put that out for like a year.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. Trooper sales would be through the roof because they'd always be there.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're right. The value wouldn't get like snipe prices or scalp prices because they're always there. Yeah. And it's just more residual income for Hot Toys.
I gotta say, like out of the last people that actually told me how they decided to streamline their collections, the one that Aries just said he was doing it is actually one pretty smart one, because if you focus on the ones that actually have a head sculpt, that streamlines like in like less than half Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you actually focus on the things that you find it interesting. You can actually pose it with the head sculpt or without it in a couple of them, right?
Right.
I think that's one of the best ways to actually streamline if you want to go into Star Wars in general, not saying like only OT or only sequel. I don't know anybody that's going to do only sequels, but still, or only prequels. Yeah. You can just do that. You just get the ones with the head sculpt.
Right.
Streamline process.
I think streamline is important. I talked about it again in this show I put out earlier today, and a couple of the last shows. And I know that Dante and I spoke about this as well in my last, the Aries Turrington show. And I think that, when you look at how many Marvel Hot Toys are actually just 6 scale that are up on pre-order and in stock altogether, it's 92 right now. 92.
Wow.
And when you look at Star Wars, it's like 49. And with some of these items, a good portion of these items anyway, that are getting released right now, when it comes to January, especially February, good majority of them are going to be gone.
Right.
And there's going to be like 30-something Star Wars figures, by then, if they don't add anymore, but they are going to add a ton more, I believe, over the next few months. I think it's going to be a wild fourth quarter, to say the least. But I think with all these new releases, because Star Wars is hot and Star Wars is big, And, you know, Infinity War and Endgame are over right now, and Star Wars is catching up, and they hit it out of the park with The Mandalorian, and they got all these series. Is it possible you're going to start seeing 60, 70, 80, maybe even 92 up where Marvel is for Star Wars? And I say yes. It's going to happen over the next couple of years. So for me personally, and I love it, baby. But I'm going to have to narrow things down. I'm not going to order 90.
Right.
We
can't.
No way.
Yeah, we can't. Leo, what's up? Peace and love, everyone. Hey, Leo, 1/6 scale man. Much love, always, brother.
What's up, man?
Appreciate you tuning in, man. I know he's working, so he's busy. So I appreciate you coming in and saying what's up, bud. And no, you're absolutely right though. Like, who's gonna be able to afford that stuff, man? Like, who is gonna be able to? Nobody.
Like, I was looking at Marvel because I'm like, oh, okay, let's say I dived into this and I started, you know, Aries starts getting into Marvel. And I'm looking at everything on pre-order and everything in stock. Forget about the secondary market, which is how much is out there. And I'm like, where do I even begin with Marvel? And so I think with all the success of Star Wars, unless these shows start tanking, which I don't think they will with Filoni and Favreau, it's going to go up. No. It's going to go up.
Yeah,
they're going to put out more pre-orders.
Yeah, and that's half the. It's just the cycle, right? It's the cycle that never ends, right? Because a lot of times we feel like we're just collecting pre-orders, and now we get this surplus, this surge, right? And you know, so it's like, what do we? It's
nice with the Arbor, right? It came out and you got it a few months later. That would be great if
right,
you continue that way.
Yeah, but with this, it's like, so I don't know. It's like we're damned if we do, we damned if we don't, right? Because a lot of times we're like, oh, I'm tired of collecting pre-orders. Give us figures. And then boom.
But then
like, wait, whoa, slow down, man.
Not all of them in a freaking week.
Right.
You know, we want them sparse. We don't want them, give me all the figures in a week and you have 1 week to decide if you're going to buy them or not. Yeah. You can just imagine people just like going, oh, Jesus, what do I do now? Because
Exactly.
That's the thing with those 501sts, because, you know, they did make a lot of those to, as they do with most troopers anyway, or some troopers. But, you know, once those are gone, you know, you got people like yourself, Rodrigo, you're looking to get up to 12, people buying, you know, 6, 12, 24, 48, who knows how many. It's going to be a figure that it's going to be, it's not going to be like Beskar Mandalorian. It's going to be sought after. People are going to look to still build with that figure, and it's going to go up high.
Yeah,
that one's going to go up high. Both deluxe, non-deluxe.
Yeah. Unfortunate, I literally can't afford to take into account the secondary market, because here in New Zealand, the secondary market is very different from
the different.
US. Very, very different. In the way that, for example, a K2SO, it's not sought after at all. So you can't sell it for like $250. You can sell it.
Right. Well, you know, here's the interesting thing, and I brought this up on one show before. Be interesting your guys' perspective on this as well, because people have asked me, hey, how high can the 501st go? And so let me just ask you guys. I think it's only going to go so high.
Right.
Because
yeah, I think so too.
Because if people have 12 or 15 or even 6, it's not going to go up to $700-800, because if I'm sitting there and I have 12, you know what? I this display looks good with 11. Let me go ahead and put it on eBay and get $800. I don't think it'll be that high. I think it'll be like $350, $400.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Totally agree.
And just to Rod, real quick, just to chime in with what Lael said here, 1/6 scale man. I agree. This is not a place for hate against any fellow collectors, period. I want to make that clear too on our channel. We're all here because we love the community. What, you know, we're together in all of this, man. So I agree. Nobody deserves to be bullied or ridiculed, period.
Definitely.
Like, and I know we all feel the same way. So if there's any of that coming in, that's just not welcome at all. We'll knock that shit out quick. So I agree 100% with him. I just wanted to say that, you know, because it's supposed to be a place for us to all feel welcomed, no matter what we like. We all share this. We're all collectors. We're all fans, whether it's Star Wars, Marvel. This is a passion and a place where everybody can feel welcome.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So,
that's great, and appreciate
agree.
Mel saying that. I'm not looking
100%.
at the comments myself because I got the screen blown up so I can actually see everybody.
I'm
But
with you.
a lot of times I do look though, but yeah, no, that's good. Absolutely.
Yeah, what I meant was that, for example, for me, it's a little bit more detached than it would be in the US, the way I'm buying things. So I literally don't think about, oh, is this going to be worth any money in the future? I can't think like this, this, simply because we don't know here what's going to be sought after or not.
Right.
There's no frame of reference. So when I said I got 9 501st and I want a few other ones, I know that that's just for the collection. That's just supposing and not for selling afterwards at all. Simply because I can't, because I didn't wish to.
Right.
It's too different.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I do the same. I mean, I buy the things that I want, and it's because I like them. It's because I enjoy them. It's because I want to, whatever I want to do with them. If I want to take them apart and redo this and that, it's because I can, and I want to. So,
Well, you know,
like, if I do sell one on eBay, I'll put it on eBay, and I'll put it in for auction. So it actually goes to the highest bidder, the guy who wants it the most. You know, if it goes to 700, it goes to 700. If it goes to 250, it goes to 250. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's fair for the secondary market. Let it go up to the people. Whatever they want to get it for, that's up to them.
Exactly.
You know, not throw it up there and keep
Definitely.
on putting up $700, $800 figures. Yeah, that's great, but I just don't like doing it that way.
Like Slim is saying, and he I bet people didn't expect the short trooper to go up so much, the original one. I didn't. I only got
it sat for a while.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I got 3 copies because I liked them, not because I thought it was going to go up at all.
Right. Oh, Shane, you're getting a request.
Ha!
Sell your beer.
Your beard.
I put it up for auction.
You know, speaking of Shane, custom Shane things, I don't know, Aries, have you seen some of what have Shane's done so far with some of his Star Wars, his customs?
No, I haven't, but I'd love to, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we'll segue here for just a minute.
Oh,
Can
you show them your 2 figures?
Oh, let me grab one of them
Behind
real quick.
Well, you definitely have one right behind you.
Obi-Wan.
JB Collection, hey, what's up? I
want that
appreciate it.
Hey, JB. I want that
so
Obi-Wan.
here, let me get Shane kind of full screen, so because that's Aries.
Yeah,
hey, but
there you go. You can see him real close.
Oh wow,
that's Obi.
Wow.
You know.
One day we'll get him. One day.
Yeah.
Oh, Shane's not worried about that.
I got this.
Yeah,
one.
that looks fantastic.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Let me grab the other one real fast.
Lale needs his movie tickets, KG.
I got you. Don't worry, I'll text you.
You got him? All right. Yeah, we all need that. We need that Dune money too.
It's the first thing I was thinking, KG, when I saw that was, when is that coming?
Right?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming next week. Don't worry.
It might.
Right.
Man.
All right, and now let's bring Shane back. You're gonna love this one.
Boy.
Yes.
Oh yeah, look at that. Wow.
You see, at this point, you just don't need the hot toy version. You just you go.
That looks better than the hot.
Yeah, it actually does.
It's
really good. Wow.
Those are Caps boots.
Yeah, but
so that's what I like to do.
And you made the belt and everything, and
yeah, I made that. I just stripped some. I buy scrap
amazing.
leather, so just to make all that stuff.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't know if Aries has ever seen what Shane's been doing. So
Thank
you.
Yeah, and that's something we're gonna slowly start kind of peppering into the channel too. We're gonna be working on some things.
I gotta learn how to do a tutorial on how to make things like, so people can do it themselves. Why should if they can't, if they're gonna take forever to make something, they want it real bad. I mean, he may have cost me probably like $200 to make them or something like that. But
you're gonna learn, master.
That's cheaper than the Hot Toys version will be.
Right.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I just got the rest of his hands in, so now he has all the hands.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, nice.
I mean, it's just
501st
hands. Just got an extra set.
Hey, but it's awesome, and that's cool stuff to do, man. Especially like he looks different than the Hot Toys one.
Yeah,
I think, like I said, I think he looks better. And the your Clone Wars Obi's He's awesome because he paints it all too and details it, so it's not something chintzy. Like those are like amazing looking figures. It's a little hard to see, on camera here, but dude, I love it. 100%.
Yeah, that's good work. It's not just like putting different pieces together, which will probably look good too. But yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It's fun. It's my relaxing. People paint the little minute. Well, I do that too, but paint or whatever. So I do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just checking. Yeah. So our next, let's just go ahead and kind of run through a couple of these because there is a lot of them. And this is just for like releases here, but Lando's out now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have them yet, and this is part of the problem, with this whirlwind of figure releases, because me, like I'm 100% getting Lando. It's just, wow, like after everything that just, like I said, I got my Rex and the Death Watch, and of course I collect other things too, right? So I got my Miles came in, IG-11 recently, it just, finally came through, the 501st came through, and this is all like in the last month. So I'm like, oh man.
You're gonna be busy, man.
Yeah, now, but I am curious because this is Lando Aries, so I mean, is this something definitely getting picked up?
You don't even have to ask if it has a head sculpt. Yes, and especially Lando. But yes, I get them all. Yeah, and I'm actually not getting this one through Sideshow. I actually got this through a comic shop that I deal with on this one, and I heard that I should be getting it. They should be getting it later this week or next week, and I might be getting it next week. So I'm hoping to get it next week. But I saw some of the reviews on this already, including Dante. Our man, the man of Hot Collectibles, and man, that figure looks sick.
Sick.
And
really remember
good.
We talked.
I thought the reviews were better than the final production photos.
Yeah, because that's what my concern was. I was like, the photos look okay, but I have to see it in hand. Yeah. And then I watched Dante's because like I said, I haven't got mine yet. And yeah, I agree with you. It's just kind of like what I thought. Once we have it in hand, and granted that's a review video, it's not me physically holding it, but I can see it a lot more, in the review. Where I'm like, that does look fantastic.
And not to take you off topic, but I find it interesting because when I was looking at, the reviews, and I looked at the final production photos, which I thought were outstanding, but I thought the reviews are better. I went back to the Ray and Dio figure, and I was like, okay, the final production photos were good too, but the reviews were better. And I'm wondering if they need to do a different type of job, Hot Toys, in the way that they do these final production photos, their lighting or certain ways. Because I feel like with some of them, like with Rex, the final production photos looked incredible.
Amazing.
But then with some of these, they don't look as good as the video. So, I actually brought it up before. And I don't know if this is something that they could do, but I almost feel like that they should do their own, like, unsealed and reveal. Like somewhere in Hong Kong, or like, hey, here's a final production of this figure. And, actually just put out a little video of it themselves. And I don't know. I think it would have the first 24 hours, the first 48 hours, a bigger bang. Because I feel like with some of the pictures, they don't always capture it. Anyway.
Right. I'm with you. When you have specific photos like that, you look at some of them and you're like,
Yeah, right.
They don't really.
They do a good job. I mean, a great job.
They do. It's just...
Right, but then you get, like you said, like Rex or Death Watch. I mean, holy shit, right? I mean, those looked like set photos.
Yeah,
that excites me, and that's what I think you need to convey on every single figure if possible.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I was with my first figure, because before I purchased it, I was like, it doesn't look that good. It was the Kylo Ren Last Jedi. I was like, I don't know if I want to pick this up. I went and I did it, and it just looks better in person. Like, I've been seeing reviews of Lando. It looks way better than the pictures that we saw. I mean, I saw Dante's video. It's beautiful, and now I'm actually considering it now.
Right.
The photos, I wasn't so big on it, but now seeing Dante's video, yeah, I might consider it. Yeah, it looks good.
I just want to say I do not want to try to butcher your name, so I'm just gonna say thank you very much. He says really appreciate the efforts you guys keep on updating the fellow collectors on the upcoming figures. My day begins and ends watching your videos. All of us. Thank you.
Oh, that's
we
awesome.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
We love the community. If we can help in any way, it's things like this that keeps us going. Honestly,
Yeah,
you know, people seeing that they can rely on information, they can have entertainment, they can be, you know, educated, informed.
Right.
The jazz we nala. I tried.
Yeah. Okay. He tried. I wouldn't. Rod tried. If it's you take it out on him. So, okay. Aries, I hope you got the free shipping while you can.
For what?
Because what we were talking about.
For the figure
right.
that I'm gonna get, actually no, I am paying in shipping on it, you know. But hey, what are you gonna do? I will tell you though. I looked, not to go off the subject again, but the only figure for Star Wars on Sideshow right now that's in stock, the Mandalorian Beskar Deluxe with the Grogu's. You get free shipping now. I just noticed that today. Not the non-deluxe.
Went to free shipping?
Yeah, it's kind of like that hobo Luke that they were trying to move out of there, which is going up now, interestingly. But they're doing the same thing with that. And
I wonder why.
How many of those you think they had?
I know. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, because we're getting so many. I mean, there's some Marvel coming out too right now, obviously too, but Star Wars is being relentless. Yeah. I mean, now we're hearing that you know, Ahsoka, right? She's got to be right around the corner. Hopefully
tonight.
Right. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully
that's
this
what
week.
I'm hearing.
You know, hopefully. I mean, I don't know if she's going to beat Rex for me as far as figure of the year is concerned, because I think Rex is just an outstanding figure.
Yeah.
But I think she still has that hype level. She's up there in that tier.
Yeah. I hyped myself back up. I watched the seventh series again, or seventh
episode. Yeah, the last
season
2
7.
episodes.
Oh my gosh, couldn't get out. Yeah, I was like, I gotta get her again.
Yeah,
right.
So now I'm pumped up again.
I really hope it does not come out now.
Well, my only concern, and I was just kind of going through chat here a little there. So, but my concern is hopefully the body's okay with the arms.
Yeah,
that's my only issue.
I heard it's similar to the Black Panther figure. What was it? Shuri. I heard that's similar, so hopefully.
Okay.
I did hear some information on this. You know, I get little tidbits, and I don't know how accurate it is or if it's true or not.
Of course.
I'm skeptical, but I think it is interesting. But I heard that that the head sculpt is actually a little bit different. That they change it a little bit. You know, I heard something about the cheeks are a little bit puffier. It looks a little bit different, or it looks more like Rosario Dawson. Now they kind of changed it a little bit, a younger version. I don't know. I don't know if I really believe that wasn't from the Hot Toys Wizard. That was from like the Hot Toys Buzzard or something.
Oh, if it wasn't the Wizard, then it's not reliable. All right,
it wasn't from the Wizard.
Okay.
But you know, it did get me to think. I kind of sometimes get these messages, and I'm like, oh, you know, I could actually see that. I actually hope they don't. I mean, if it's better, that's great. Because the pictures I saw here, I like it.
She does look very nice.
Yeah, I confess that I like that they're different characters. One character is for the cartoon, and the other one is for the live show. You know, it's kind of like, for example, Obi-Wan and Anakin. That's coming out from Sideshow. That's from the cartoon. Not to be confused with the same thing on live show. I like the different. We'll see. Hopefully not.
We'll see.
I have a question. If she gets released anytime soon, do you guys think the 501st Troopers will sell out after release? Because I'm kind of interested because, you know, those things have been in stock for a good amount of time now. So I'm like wondering, you know, once she gets, you know, released, could those sell out pretty soon? Because once she gets released, Rex and 501st Troopers are going to go up with sales.
No.
So.
No, that's an interesting point. Because I had thought that maybe that was going to be the case with Rex. Right? Rex is out. Oh, maybe the 501st are going to go quicker. Right.
Yeah.
Now we're in the next phase. Oh, Ahsoka's out. Well, not yet. But let's say she's out hypothetically, right?
Right.
Ahsoka's out.
Take
Now, same thing. So I think KG might be right, only because now we have two, right? We'll have a Rex and we'll have an Ahsoka, and both the 501st go great with both of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Now the question is, how many 501sts are in production?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm sure these guys are not. They're not going to sell out as fast as, say, like how Venom did.
No.
You know, like he was gone.
Actually, was way smaller. Come on.
Well, yeah, but what I mean is that, you know, I think Hot Toys planned for 501st because they are troopers.
They are.
So let's make bulk because people like to army build.
Right.
So,
I think you'll get a little boost to the sales when she comes out because that 332nd Hamlet, you know, they're gonna. Oh, I got my 501st with the Rex, and then the 332nd with Ahsoka or whatever. I think you'll get a little boost and be like, oh, I need a couple more to put with just her or whatever. You know, some people might go that route.
Man, there's somebody out there that has like 20 of those 501st troopers. There's somebody out there, I know, even more than that.
Right.
And they have a display. Just display like each of them. Like, you know that episode on last season where Rex is like behind them is just a bunch of troopers lined up? They got a display right there. It's like 20, 30 of those troopers. There's somebody that can afford all that. So,
well, I'm sure there is somebody out there.
The non-deluxe one actually just got off pre-order right now. Is in stock, I think, the last week or so.
Last weekend.
I can't remember if I ever saw a trooper. Like when you sorted out best selling, the troopers were number one for a month already. Now Rex, the last like 3 or 4 days I think it's like 3 days is maybe 3 or 4 days is number one. But I kind of suspected that it would be the way those 501st are selling. But really it's Rex, the deluxe and non-deluxe that are way up there. I mean, if you look at like the Remnant Trooper, the Incinerator Trooper, the what is that? The Death Trooper the Mandalorian. They were never anywhere near, you know, number one, let alone the top four in that aspect. So there's I don't think I think Ahsoka is probably going to push those over the edge. I don't think they're going to be up there forever.
No. So you think, Eric, do you think it's possible that the 501st will actually sell out while Ahsoka is being sold? Depending, of course, taking into account that she's released, let's say, in 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, and I think she's gonna, if not this week, I think next week, and I think her and Maul pretty close together, if not at the same time. But I think it's possible that would be crazy to see what happens then if there's an immediate surge in the secondary market. But like we were talking about before, I don't think they'll go too high because I think people will take advantage of that have so many multiples. So I think there'll just be too much availability for that. But I have to wonder if they planned with the releases of Rex and Ahsoka and Maul and Anakin, if they plan to have enough of those to go around till those were going to empty out. So I don't really know, but I do think it's possible, Rodrigo. I do think they could be gone. But I would think that they would be, I'd give them, I think they're still going to be up there for another month. But I don't think that they will make it through the holidays, just being honest, if not sooner.
It's a good prediction.
So whoever wants there, just go outside and just pick up your 501s before they go out.
Well, no, I mean, I think that's a valid point that both of you bring up, because with Rex and Ahsoka, those 501sts are gone.
Tell you.
Yeah,
no, absolutely.
501st. I'd rather have the 501st.
Right. Well, yeah, and then like Aries was saying, it's interesting because, you know, the Death Trooper, Incinerator Trooper, you know, even Remnant Trooper. I mean, they were, not only did they sit for a while, they were nowhere near the top of the best sellers.
No. And the Coruscant Guard, too. I don't think that's going to last very, very long. It'll certainly be gone in 3 months, like the Remnant Trooper and Incinerator Trooper.
Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of us, you know, are well, it's not. I don't want to say we're divided, but there's a lot of original trilogy fans. But I think as far as collecting is concerned, there may be more prequel / Clone Wars fans who are collectors of Hot Toys than there are original trilogy. Is that a fair assessment?
Just there are more figures.
Yeah, there are, but you don't see, like how Aries pointed out, you don't even see like regular stormtroopers. When they put out a regular stormtrooper,
hey,
they don't sell like this.
I don't know what you guys think, but don't you think it's interesting with how highly sought after the original trilogy figures are in the secondary market, and they are the big money right now, that Lando is so limited?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, but to be fair, like I was telling these guys in another program, I'm only getting one Lando, and I have all the original trilogy figures, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really collect them, but the thing is, at least for this Lando, there's not a lot of posing that I can think of it with him. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's probably gonna just be like museum pose. While I've got the other Lando, which is the Skiff Guard one, which is poses with my Jabba crew.
Right.
Or,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
With the aim a little higher, just a little higher, you could have somebody more different poses.
Right.
But, you know,
Jason, sorry, I was just saying. Jason was saying, is that Aries talking or the Wizard? That's funny.
Well, thanks, Jason. I haven't gotten any calls from the Wizard today. I feel kind of, neglected today. I haven't heard anything from the Hot Toys Wizard. But one of the things I find that's interesting is I'm really keeping an eye on the other 40th anniversary Luke Snowspeeder pilot, because if you guys really take a look at where that was from the beginning, that Luke Snowspeeder pilot, actually when the Lando was first announced, the Lando went high a little bit, like near the top 5, when that first came out for a little bit. Yeah. I think actually it was Lando was as high as number 2 for a little bit, and then went down. And then the Snowspeeder pilot Luke has also been down there, but that figure didn't crack the top 10.
Right.
It didn't even crack the top 10 at its way down. And do you guys think that Hot Toys is going to do the same thing, only produce maybe 5,000 that Snowspeeder Luke? Because if that's the case, that's going to be gone
I think so.
Quick, fast.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, I've been seeing this trend with the original trilogy figures, like for instance, Boba. Boba's set for a good month or two, right? So I'm seeing this trend now that Lando's underproduced, and now it's pretty evident that it's inevitably going to happen to the Snowspeeder Luke. So expect it to be underproduced as well.
Yeah, and I bet you that 40th, you're talking about the 40th anniversary Boba Fett?
Right, yes.
I bet you they made more of those than they are this Luke Snowspeeder.
Oh, yeah.
They made more, sure. They obviously made more than that, but
but I hear your point, yeah.
Yeah,
because to be honest with you, Aries, forgive me, guys, but I forgot that Snowspeeder Luke existed. I did.
I just don't hear a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah. Because there's not a lot of promotion for it or anything. You know what I mean? They announce it, and then all this other stuff gets announced, and then we get kind of caught up in the now, and sometimes we forget that this was announced months ago or half a year or a year ago, but I think you're right. I think there's this. I think they think so. This is all speculation, but that the prequels and Clone Wars sell more.
They do.
Okay, that has more hype. That is that generation's now at the age where they're collecting Hot Toys, for example.
Or Mando.
Whereas Star Wars is always Star Wars, and they know that some of us old school guys will pick them up, of course. But the hype, I think, is within the Clone Wars era style for now, and now Mando, as we're dipping into that and seeing that Filoni and Favreau proving themselves. Right. Obviously they're extremely successful.
There's also the fact that there's the people that collect a long time or collect older figures. They already have that version from Sideshow, right?
Right. I agree. Real quick, Soul Nightmare, he was just wondering how many Death Watch Mandos got sent to Sideshow. You paid yours off. Still no sign of shipping. I got mine actually from Sideshow. Yeah. And just to give you a heads up, I waited because usually I buy mine overseas. When I found out that Sideshow was simultaneous releasing here last week or whatever, I picked him up after they had him in stock. So I didn't have a pre-order. I didn't, he wasn't pre-ordered like months ago. I actually just bought him, like, he was still technically on pre-order, but it was not even 2 weeks ago. And then I think on like October 4th or 5th, I got the email. So a few days later, I immediately got an email saying, hey, he's about to ship. And he shipped on Friday. And I just received him on Monday, right? Yesterday. Yeah. I just received. So I got him really fast, and I didn't have him pre-order. I didn't have him nothing. I just bought him, and boom, he was here.
Yeah,
so
I think they received a small shipment for that. So I expect to get another shipment from them. Who knows? Maybe it's release date. So I think it was more of like, oh, we have a small batch just to ship it out, and then that's it. We just wait till the next batch.
Right. Okay. And yeah, see, Jason here, you got his from Toys Wonderland. Yeah. So I don't know, but that's how it goes with Sideshow too. Like, it's just I think it's random. I mean, don't quote me, but if you had him ordered and he's paid for, he's coming. You'll definitely get him. I'm not sure when.
But still, it's coming.
Right. Can you imagine how hard Hot Toys work right now on Boba Fett? Yeah, there's gonna be a lot. You know what? 100% agree, and that's something that we were going to kind of talk about as well, because Book of Boba Fett is coming, as we all know, December 27th, 29th?
I think it's 29th.
29th. So,
yeah.
That makes us wonder, and then we've talked about this a little bit before, but for those who weren't around for that or know, I think we all believe that this 2-pack will be out before the Book of Boba Fett airs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Aries mentioned it in one of his live streams at November. I think November is the projectile date as well. I think it's a good time for this figure to come out, because if November's the date, then for us here in the States, we'll be getting it before the show starts, so then we actually have something.
The thing is, before holidays.
Right, exactly. So it will be a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, naturally, because we know that, and again, we've spoke a little bit on this before, but especially particularly what Aries, I remember on one of your past streams that we were talking about, you brought an interesting point. When Boba Fett first returns in Mandalorian and he does his paint job, it's more of a quick, hey, I'm just going to kind of paint this up really fast because we've got some shit to do. And, and that's kind of all it was, just this, quick matte paint. So with the new show, you can bet that there's going to be other variations. There's going to be some touches, I suspect when he's full-fledged, he's out, the show's out, you see him in his armor, that's going to look, I don't want to say Iron Man, but do you know what I mean? He's going to be dialed in. It's just pristine, maybe even Django style. Right?
Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting?
Wouldn't that? A little bit of that nice shine chrome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that's also part of the reason, too, they want to get it out early. I think that there's actually perhaps maybe a few factors as to why they're putting it out early. I think we talked about some of them. Another one could be that they're going to go Iron Man on it, or they want to put out, he's going to be in at least 2 different outfits in the show, possibly 3, and they're going to want to put out those figures, and they don't want this one looming. They want to kind of get it out of the way. And it was interesting, as soon as that date changed to January, February, Sideshow sent out that notification to a lot of people, including, myself, that have that pre-ordered. Hey, if you got to make any changes to your order, let us know. But I think that they know that they've been told that this is coming. If they're planning on shipping it in January, it's going to be real interesting. Are they going to ship that, 2-pack simultaneously? Are they going to ship this at the same time to Sideshow, and it's going to be available in Hong Kong? I really don't know the answer, because I feel like that there's I don't think there's enough data yet to make a definitive assumption as to exactly what's going on, because it is a little bit peculiar. I think the safe bet is if it's low production, they're going to bring it in, but if it's high, they won't. But I don't know. I feel like that there's maybe still perhaps no rhyme or reason yet, or we don't really know what's going on.
Right. I agree with you on that. I really do. Marcos, real quick, Collector Zone, quick hello to the All-Stars. What's up, Marcos? It's good to have you over. I absolutely, but I agree with you because we don't know. And here's the thing. A lot of what we recently had received, we all know are low production orders. Lando, Death Watch. Trying to think of who else there was. But they've been all low. They were all low runs. Yeah. So Sideshow, I think they can work something out in that case. Scout Trooper and Bike was another one. Right. And they had that quick too, if you remember. Sideshow put out their unsealed and revealed before anything. They just kind of dropped it on us.
The squad leader released the same time, or no? I actually
today.
The Shore Trooper, just this most recent one.
The review today.
Yeah, and that came quick too, right? And I think those are shipping right now from Sideshow. So again,
that's a trooper too, huh? Interesting.
Yeah. So because I've seen people posting it in various groups online. I'm pretty sure Scout Troop, the squad leader. The squad leader Short Troop was out. So low production runs. Sideshow can say, okay, maybe we can just get this air freighted in. Don't have to wait. Plus the whole boat situation's a nightmare right now. Anyway,
the squad leader at Sideshow still has pre-order.
Is he still pre-order? Okay, I've been seeing him. I don't know if a lot of people are just getting them overseas right now or not. But either way, I'm with Aries on that one. Depending on if it's a low run or a high run is going to determine whether or not we're going to see that right away.
Yeah. God, it's already October, what is it? 13th today?
13th.
So if they're planning on, your shipment, this is going to be shipping out that, 2-pack Boba Fett, perhaps in January and perhaps even sooner. I mean, typically it takes, how long is it going to take for Rex to get here? For the United States and Europe. So I'm wondering if that one's going to be one of those releases that get released at the same time, like this, Death Watch Mandalorian, or possibly the Short Trooper squad leader. I know we don't know. We're just talking about it, or the Lando. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think not, but I don't know. It's going to be. I'm really wondering about it.
It's really hard to. It's really hard to say, just looking at that one, because
they wanted us to buckle up for it, Sideshow. So I think they're anticipating they're going to get it.
Right. So it's like they don't know, right? Because
here's the thing. I almost thinking that this has to get released in the next couple of weeks. Anthony, is my point.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That's where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I mean, because the show, like I said, we know the show's coming out. They want to. Hot Toys knows whatever Disney's telling them right ahead of time. That's just how the world works. So they know, okay, these are going to be the new outfits. We see it time and time again, right? You ever go to Target, Toys R Us back in the day? We'd get figures out before a movie comes out, and they've just ruined the movie, right? because they know, so they have to get into production. So with that, Hot Toys is already producing whatever's coming that we don't know about. So then they have to think as a business, well, shit, we got to get these guys out. We already have we have a Boba Fett in the throne. We got a Boba Fett 2-pack that's going to be, through their eyes, as old news, right? We've got new, fresh stuff coming. When they put, like they said, when Sideshow pushed the date back, that makes us wonder, oh, okay, so it's coming earlier. Now, how earlier exactly, right?
That's a huge pushback, though, too. We weren't talking about a month or two. Wasn't that coming out like June till August or something?
Yeah, I think so, because typically when we first get announcements, they're usually about a 16-month window when they first announce it, right? When it goes up pre-order on Sideshow, it's, if it's October now, it would be like April of 2023 if something came out today.
Like, when was that announced, this figure? Was it April?
Yeah, I think it was, because it was shortly after, right? It wasn't last year. It was this year. So it might have been March or April.
Wow.
Because Mando was over. Mando ended in December, right?
Yeah,
I think it was, because it was like right around Christmas. Yeah. That's when we got the big Luke reveal and everything. So a few months after that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So we're getting that figure really quick.
Really quick. So you got to factor in, again, when we saw Mandalorian season 2, Hot Toys had already been probably told by Disney, this is what's going on. Here's the production. This is what we want you to run or whatever. So they had already started working on the Boba Fett's before he was even aired on television in Mando season 2. They had already working on it. So you gotta have to factor that in. Then they put out the release, but now they're like, oh wow, we got a lot more coming. So I suspect he's been done.
Didn't you get the Death Watch Mandalorian from Sideshow?
Myself?
Anthony. Yeah.
When did I get him? Like Monday?
No. Didn't you get it from Sideshow?
Yeah, I did. Death Watch I got from Sideshow.
But Sideshow now, it has it on pre-order now.
Yeah, they ship figures out that are still on pre-order, Rodrigo, I believe, even if it's not.
Yeah, because they have Coruscant Guard, Death Watch Mandalorian, the Armorer. They're always in pre-order now.
They still have the IG-11 on pre-order, and they've had that in stock a couple times.
Right, exactly. So
I mean, in their warehouses, not listed in stock.
Yeah, I think it's probably what you were saying. It's just the batches, right? They'll get some, and it'll go out for a while, and then it'll go back to pre-order, and then they'll go out for a while, and I'll go back to pre-order. And who knows what Sideshow's doing too? On their back end, they could be deliberately putting it on pre-order because they're waiting for more to come in, so they don't want to have it for sale right now because they just don't have enough in stock.
Right.
Your Death Watch Mando arrived from Sideshow last Saturday. All right. Yeah, so he, because I know a lot of people were getting him or like have received him. So, yeah, I think more are just coming. It's just going to be a matter of the next couple of weeks if that's the case. Yeah, I think so. And we're all, other than Aries, we're picking those up. Obviously, you're picking up Lando. Are you getting both of these Bobos, though? Or are you just picking one?
Bobos.
Like OG Fan always says in many of these shows and on all the different channels, must get all Boba Fett's. Boba Fett is the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. Yeah, no,
absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
You needed all of them. Yes.
Yeah. No, and that's tough for me too because I try to do the reviews on the figures as well, so it's tough for me because some of these maybe I would review and then offload.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Star Wars, I want to keep, right? So then I have to think, both of those are kind of pricey figures.
How many of you are getting Maul? I'm curious.
I'm definitely getting Maul.
All of them.
Yeah, we're all. KG? Have we convinced you? Yeah, we're all getting Maul. Okay.
I got that Dune money. I'm fine right now. So
hey, that's true. That's true, man. No, I have to get them all because it's Clone Wars Maul. I think he looks pretty good. I have Solo Maul.
Yeah, if you're gonna get Ahsoka from Clone Wars, that battle towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I'm gonna get Ahsoka, I have to be determined to get Maul. It's gonna happen. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you really enjoy Clone Wars.
Oh. I grew up with Clone Wars. I grew up with Rex. I grew up with everybody, so I'm definitely.
See, I don't have that connection.
It has a nostalgic factor to me, so I have to get it. That's why I'm very selective when it comes to things, right? So I only pick things that has a sort of meaning to me when I was a child, right? So Rex, Anakin, Maul, they're coming. So
yeah, and that's kind of what it was harkening back to us as being more original trilogy fans.
Yeah,
as Aries is saying, that's like original. Okay,
I love OG. Like I watched the OG movies when I was a kid too.
Well, of course, yeah. and I kind of I really enjoy the new stuff too.
Yeah,
but I don't have the connection. See, I have the connection to the original trilogy.
Right.
It's the same way you have a connection
to Clone Wars
the
and the
newer
prequels.
Generation.
Yeah,
right.
The Clone Wars prequels, sequels, not so much. Only for Kylo Ren. That's all.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah.
No, I agree. And I think that's what Hot Toys is banking on, and that's why there's so much.
Don't get me wrong. I didn't watch the Clone Wars at all.
Mm-hmm.
I still have all the clones.
Have you watched like the last season 7 at least, or no?
I haven't watched Clone Wars at all.
At least watch that.
At least watch season 7. Season 7 you gotta watch.
Here's the thing though, but I think maybe some characters like Darth Maul are going to bridge a whole, whether you've seen it or not, or only seen, little bits of it, or your kids have seen it, you've watched on like me, or any stuff like that. I think a character like Darth Maul, like if they came out with like a Clone Wars, Darth Vader, or, it can be like I don't know, what do they call those in the Black series? The Carbonite Darth Vader. I think if Hot Toys does anything like that has Darth Maul or Darth Vader or Darth anything on it, I think it might sell no matter what, because it's Darth Maul.
Right.
Yeah, Darth Maul was awesome. Period. That's one thing I liked coming out of the theater. The Phantom Menace.
Right.
Him and Qui-Gon. I was like, okay.
I was so mad when he died. Oh my goodness.
I know he was.
Lucas changed all that.
Yeah. I mean,
do you know what he wanted? I've mentioned it. He wanted to actually, and you could research this. It's on the internet, but George Lucas actually wanted to bring Maul in as the bad villain, as the main villain.
Right. Yes, for the sequel. Yes, I've heard that. That would have been crazy. I think if George Lucas was still into Star Wars when let's just say when right now the sequels wasn't existing. If he comes and if he's like, you know what, let's just reboot the sequels. If Maul is going to be the main villain.
Oh man.
That would have that would have blown up. That would have blown up because that would have, like you were saying, it would be bridging gaps, like literal generational gaps.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what Favreau and Filoni are attempting to do. That was slowly getting peppered in, right? Because that's one of the reasons I enjoyed Mandalorian so much, because to me it felt like Star Wars in the original trilogy sense, right? Because it's not that far after Return of the Jedi. Right. So all of that scenario,
the same clothes on.
Exactly. They're all, but then they, they showed the battle droid right in there, kind of. They're peppering in some of the Clone War era stuff, and then they bring in Ahsoka and Bo-Katan, right? Original Star Wars fans are like, who the hell are these people? Right? If they let's say like Rod, did you even know who Bo-Katan was? No. So that was your first experience with her?
Yep.
Yeah. And do you like her? Think she's cool? No. See? And that's my point. You would have never known.
Right.
So that's the thing that I'm talking about here is they're bridging generational gaps between, because how awesome would all that be coming in? Like we've talked about it before. What if they bring in like Mace Windu?
Yeah.
Right?
I want that figure.
Right. Whether that's in Obi-Wan, whether that's in the Book of Boba Fett, the same deal. You're taking original Star Wars and you're mixing it with like prequel Star Wars all in one thing. And that's what they need to do. They need to encompass the Star Wars universe. And I think they're doing a kick-ass job. So I don't know. We're going to have to see. Here we go, everybody.
Manahawk Collectibles.
Hey guys.
What's up, Dante?
Manahawk Collectibles. What is up, buddy? How you doing?
Nice to see everyone.
How you been?
Sorry for the delay. I was just recording a video because I'm gonna be out on vacation starting tomorrow. So I'm gonna be out for like 5 days.
Right.
So I've been like freaking busy, like doing all these reviews.
I see that, and I see Lando right there.
Man, yeah. Oh, this Lando is freaking awesome, man.
You wanna?
I saw your review.
Are you able to pick him up? Can we take a look at him?
Yeah.
Or is he in a?
No, I can.
Yeah. Let's take a
look.
look.
Because I usually drop things.
No. I just kind of because, like I said, I don't have him in hand yet. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
that's a nice pose.
Dang it!
Hold on. Let me see if I can focus this better.
Even blurry, it looks amazing. There
Yeah. Just the silhouette of that pose looks really good.
See, even that Anthony looks better than the final production photo.
Yeah, it does. Even through. Yeah.
Dante, I forgot. Is the cape wired?
Yeah, it is wired.
The
bottom is wired. Yeah.
Nice.
But it's a very, very thin wired. So it's not like a really like thick. It's like thin.
Is it like Mysterio sort of wire underneath, or okay.
Yeah, kind of like Mysterio. I think maybe a bit thinner. But no, this one is actually pretty good.
It looks nice,
man. Like possibility, articulation.
Oh, it's endless.
Is great. It's great.
Yeah, he looks
great.
awesome. And like Aries was saying, just even like right here, just on the camera through here, he looks amazing. He looks better than the photos that we were getting. I can't wait, bud. Yeah, and I know you've been busy, man. I've been watching the reviews. That's just you're just back to back right now.
Grogu's ready for the vacation already. You see.
I'm actually on vacation the whole week, so that's why I've been doing that. Because if I'm working, I wouldn't be having any done.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I got you. I know. What do you think about all this? Well, we kind of talked about some of the figure releases, but I mean, what are your thoughts here on this whole like Q4 madness of like just release after release?
Well, we mentioned this, way before Q4 started. Like I told people, like, man, buckle up because you're gonna get a lot of things coming out, and so far it's been happening. I didn't expect to have like 4 or 5 figures coming in a week. That's freaking like that's a lot. If you budget for it, then you're fine. But if you haven't, then
thank you.
Oh,
sorry.
You're okay. Oh, is the camera?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're muted.
My daughter was coming. No,
okay.
So yeah, and I mentioned this before. Like, we're gonna get bombarded with figures, and this is not over yet. We got a break this week because of what happened in Hong Kong with the typhoon, with the weather. But that's just it, man.
Yeah, I know, right? And imagine if that didn't happen. I mean, thankfully everybody's okay and everything. But I mean, if it's just a nonstop, yeah, it's just. I don't think it's gonna let up till the end of the year.
No, it's gonna be happening. It's gonna be happening for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's where people are really gonna have to make a decision. Whether or not they're gonna, stay in their lane. As far as what they're trying to collect, because there's just way too much. There's way too much coming out. Like I said, I didn't pick up Lando yet because I don't have the means. With everything else that was coming out.
Right. And I think Lando's shipping from Sasha, right, Aries?
Yes. Yes, it is. And I know that comic shops are already getting notifications that their Landos are coming in as well. But I think that we're not only going to get bombarded with more official releases, but I think you're also going to see, a ton, and maybe more than we've seen in a while, of official announcements that are going to go up on pre-order. I think you're going to get a lot. I think you're probably going to get most, if not all, of those figures that they showed again, during the New York Comic Con that they showed at the Sideshow Con. I think a lot of them are going to come out and go on pre-order.
That begs a question, because we were talking about how they introduced the 2-pack, the Boba 2-pack, not that long ago. And I think, and would Dante, we were thinking it was like March or April when that was announced.
I think it was March. March. It was March this year or last year?
Yeah, this year. This year.
Yeah, I was actually a funny thing because I was watching, when I put the video for the Short Trooper, I was watching kind of like when the figure was out, and it was like 9 months ago. Like, so, it's kind of like it's funny because we usually say, oh man, like a year and a half, a year waiting. But some of the figures have been coming out sooner though than even less than a year.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's what we were, because we were like, wow, okay, because I think that 2-pack's probably gonna and your predictions were what date?
For the 2-pack,
yeah.
I predicted like for the December 27th, December 20. Hold on, let me tell you.
Because that way we have it on record on everybody's channel.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just a prediction. I mean, but it can happen by all means. It can. It's just what I think. It has to be sometime in December. I said most likely the 27th, which is a Monday. Or maybe by Christmas Eve, the 24th. One of those. I mean, it has to be one of those days before the Book of Boba Fett. They want those figures to be out so they can announce the older figures that they need to announce because they have a bunch. They have a bunch.
So, and I'm thinking, because of that, because they have more coming of that figure. It makes me think about it though, because right around shortly there we have the Mando-Luke.
Oh,
so right now I'm wondering, is this going to be something that? See, that's my thing, right? Because there's not going to be a lot of different variations of Mando-Luke like there are going to be with Boba Fett, right? He's got the show coming, so they're going to push that thing out. Right. So I'm wondering, is he coming in? You think we're going to see him come earlier than scheduled?
When does this guy do? Is that April next year?
I think
fourth quarter next year.
Yeah, I think it's October to December next year.
Yeah.
Okay, so
now,
that's Q4.
I mean, can you imagine? We're Q4 right now. Do you really think this is going to sit on the shelves until October, November, December of next year? Before it's then. I think they're going to start pushing things forward.
Right. When is season 3 of Mandalorian coming out? Is that next year?
End of next year, I believe, is probably. They say next year, and I would think that would be. That would be after Andor. That would be after the Obi-Wan series, obviously after Boba Fett, which will start the 29th. So I would think it'd be the last one of the year, probably October again.
I think this question will be actually very good, Aries, for the Hot Toys Wizard. I mean, he knows it all. She
right. We need to get a hold of the wizard.
Yeah, I hope it's earlier, but we'll see.
That one, that's one of the ones I'll take earlier. For sure, because I really, really want that figure. And I guess we could look at all these figures and say we all want them now. We just can't afford them all. We've been talking about that, right? But that one, I would welcome that one. I don't know. I actually think it's going to be the opposite. I think that one's going to stay where it is for next year, and I think that they may bump up that Snowspeeder, get rid of the 40th anniversary ones, and maybe move that one up like they did the Lando. I know that there's been no announcement but I kind of got a gut feeling that they want to get rid of that one, and it's going to be low. We were talking about that earlier, like maybe 4,000 or 5,000, and that's it.
Yeah,
but who knows?
The orders.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And Carbonite Kid here, he was saying the 2-pack was announced February 19th. Okay, he ordered it a minute ago announced. So yeah, okay, so almost end of February. So here we are to think that
8
end
months
of year before. Yeah, he should be.
That's not bad.
By December. Yeah, I think it sounds about right. Well, I think we're going to start seeing a pattern now that the world is kind of slowly coming to normalcy.
Right.
We're probably going to start seeing a pattern of stuff coming out not that far away. Like, and we discussed this many times before, like figures with low pre-order numbers are going to be out first.
Yeah.
And whether that's going to be something that is going to be more like a global type of release, like, it is very likely. And maybe something that, I guess Sideshow might, study or try to change, in terms of having figures very fast as well. So that could change as well. So I think we're going to be, my prediction again, I think that we're going to see bigger changes in the near future for those type of for releases. Like, we won't have to wait months to get something, or buy, first batch for a outrageous amount of money. I think that's going to change.
Yeah, and I think you're right, because now that the world is kind of getting slowly back together, I think there's a combination of that and a combination of new shows coming out, things that have been, a lot of this stuff might have had already gotten pretty far into production, or maybe even been finished for Hot Toys, and they just couldn't get it out yet. So there's a whole group of things happening, I think, at the same time, as to why now all of a sudden these are just getting, release after release after release. And now that if the world's kind of getting back to normal, I think it's almost like an anchor and adjustment, right? They're gonna shoot out a whole bunch, and then they're gonna come back down, but wherever they land is gonna be higher than where they were this year as far as production level goes. So I think we'll still get a steady flow of figure releases, just not as relentless as what's happening right now, and not as scarce as it has been for most of the year.
Right.
I think one of the things you might see, and I've been talking about a little bit, and I think it's interesting to think about. I think they may, some of these figures you're seeing with low production numbers, that may continue. They may be doing a different strategy here, because I think, if you put all this together, what's going on. And then, I mentioned before how the best card, Deluxe Mandalorian, has free shipping.
Mhm.
So Sideshow probably is looking at that. They're like, okay, we're definitely not going to buy as many chrome-plated Mandalorians because we don't want to be in this situation again where we got to go ahead and give out free shipping. And then, you kind of put that together with what's going out now. Hey, they're putting out all these releases and they're coming out with less quantities. Is it possible that they put out a lot of these releases, like you're seeing the Cobb Vanth, you're seeing the this and that and everything that's up on there? Are a lot of these releases going to be anywhere from 3,000 to 6,000 and done and go to the next one? I mean, they may do that. I mean,
yeah, you're right. I mean, really, because if you think about it, the Cobb Vanth. I mean, I'd kill for a Cobb Vanth. They show it off. Hopefully, we get it. But again, like you're saying, if they show up, they're showing all of these. Bo-Katan, Cobb. Well, Bo-Katan we got announced, obviously, but there's so many variations for just season. This is just season 2 Mando stuff we're talking about too, really.
Yeah.
All the stuff we're seeing, we haven't seen anything from Book of Boba Fett. I haven't seen anything, Andor, Obi-Wan, all that. So all this stuff is just season 2, and there's a lot of it. So you might be right. They might just be there's a whole bunch of it, but not a lot of individuals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a tough one, right? Because Mando's so hot that I think the demand is gonna be much, much higher than the supply.
Well, and the other thing too, you talk about how much money can go around, and we are coming out of a pandemic, and the world is changing, and then you have inflation of raw materials, all kinds of stuff all over the world. The world is changing, this and that, and they may be incorporating a different strategy where it's like, okay, we can come out with these figures, but there's only so much money to go around. We got to produce less of them.
Right.
But we'll go ahead and produce more figures, just in less quantity, so that we can go ahead and sell them. I don't know. I mean, it could be completely wrong, but it's certainly a strategy they could be incorporating. Certainly seems that way right now.
Yeah, and it's a good strategy, I think. I mean, because at least they can say, "Hey, look, we're making them," right? Because that's been been kind of an issue with a lot of collectors, right? They're like, "Hey, this line comes out, and you only put out a couple figures, and then you move on to the next, And then you do the same thing. You move on to the next. And a lot of people are like, I want to collect that line. So, if they can accommodate that, but it, to a lesser production, then at least like they're putting that extra step out there, right? They're like, here, we'll give you the figures, but they're going to be a low production run because we're putting out so many from that series. Can you imagine how much Mando stuff we're going to have?
Yeah, exactly. And, you were talking before, Anthony, about the Shore Trooper, and you guys on here, everyone on here, Shane, Rodrigo, KG, we're talking about they're probably not going to reissue the captain.
No.
Maybe what they're going to do with some of these is, okay, well, they only made 3,000 to 6,000 of this figure, like that Lando, but who's to say that they can't put out another Lando that's with that head sculpt in the skiff outfit, or General Calrissian from Return of the Jedi, make 3,000 of those that goes with the Endor, because you got Endor Luke, you got Endor Leia, you got Endor Scout, the Scout Trooper. So I think that they may be like, we'll go ahead and reuse this. I brought up in my show, and I know we brought up the sequels before, but if you look at that Rey from the Rise of Skywalker, it sold out. It sold like hotcakes. It went out right away.
Oh yeah.
So they can look at that and be like, hey, we got this head sculpt. Let's make 2,000 Dark Side Rey, because they can make a quick buck from it.
Oh
and
yeah,
why
absolutely.
not? I mean, so I think they may be looking at stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't make a lot of it. Not everyone would buy it, but they would certainly could sell 2,000 to 4,000 of them, I would imagine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sean just joined us too. Everybody, welcome. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Sean?
Sean. How you doing?
Hello.
And I don't know. I don't think. Have you met Aries? I know you know Dante and everybody else.
No, man. You keep telling me about the man, the myth, of the legend, but
Yes,
never
sir.
met him.
One and
Hi,
only.
Sean. Nice to meet you.
And look,
Hi,
now
nice
you're
to
nice
meet
and
you.
centered too, Aries.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
Put me off to the side.
He's the guest. He's the middle square.
Right.
The center square.
But
Whatever.
I think you're right though. I mean, how nice would that be for them to do? Just take the newest Ray sculpt, modify it slightly. Boom, we have another limited run Dark Side, Ray. That would sell. I think everybody in here would buy it.
I would definitely buy one.
I would get one.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we are references to everybody would buy it because we buy everything. So.
Yeah, I think we're not the right people to ask. Are you gonna buy it? We're gonna buy everything.
Yeah, we're not the right people to ask.
We're
Because
not
of
the right
course we're gonna
people.
buy it. It's starting to look like the Brady Bunch. Yeah.
I would say if you want my unbiased opinion, you will not get my unbiased. I'm biased 100%. I mean, that's what we do, right? We love collecting, so
Exactly. So.
Yeah. No, I agree, and it's just crazy right now. It's crazy times, man, with everything that's coming out, and we don't even. It's almost. No, I will say it is overwhelming. I was gonna say it's almost overwhelming, but no, it's overwhelming for me anyway. Because
we still have a lot of figures coming for fourth quarter. And here's the thing: we got Book of Boba Fett, and we got No Way Home coming out. It's gonna be a busy fourth quarter, guys.
Yeah. That's how I'm feeling.
Prepare your wallets. That's all we can say.
It is
be a lot of stuff.
It is particularly painful, if you don't pre-order, right? Because that's what I normally don't pre-order figures. It's really here and there. I do few pre-orders or like to buy it when it's out. But man, I actually I haven't felt anything so far. Thanks God, knock on wood. I'm being okay with my finances and everything. But man, when all these figures came out like that, I was like, holy cow. I budget for everything, but still, dropping that amount of cash around the spot, you kind of like, damn,
Yeah, exactly.
But it's good because I mean we've been talking about collecting pre-orders for the past few months, and people were like, "Hey, where's this figure coming? Where's this figure coming?" Now that it's out, you still. So it's really it's kind of hard at this point to please everyone. But I guess it was imminent because they can only hold stuff to a certain point, right? Consumers are paying for this already, pre-ordering, even paying in full in most cases.
Right.
Where's my figure? Don't sit on my money. So boom. No, seriously, because people buy, right, and they pay the difference right off the spot. And when the figure is out, they just pay for shipping, which is $20, whatever it is.
Right.
Right. So they're pretty much sitting on your money for months.
So how much?
Hold on, what's going on here with Rod and KG? You guys are losing your minds
sorry.
up there.
Rod is sending me these pics.
Oh God. I'm thinking, what is going on here, guys? Jeez. That's all his Dune. Yeah. It's just been a little gag about him being in Dune and hitting it off. Now he's gonna be in Willy Wonka, and he's gonna buy us all hot toys. There he is, AG Shama. No, but yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Dante. It's crazy, and it's hard for a lot of us to just get the pre-orders in as quick as you can, especially when we're looking at a lot of these being like low production runs, presumably.
Yeah, I confess that I stopped buying pre-orders completely now. I just got too tired of, like you're saying, just keeping the money with the guys so they can actually do whatever they want with the money. And then, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I got to the point that I had like almost 30 pre-orders with Sideshow. That's just ridiculous. The amount of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
In 2020, we've just been collecting pre-orders. There was no release, it was rare. I mean, now we're getting it, thankfully, right? But at the same time, it's like, I rather want more releases than announcements. It's kind of getting a little too much. I saw somebody on Facebook has like 40 or 50 pre-orders.
Ooh.
And it's not just Star Wars; it's Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
So it's getting crazy with pre-orders right now, and I hope that we get to see more like what we saw for the past 2 weeks with Death Watch and these and releases. I hope we get to see more.
Have you guys noticed that Harley Quinn was announced? I mean, not announced, but was released, but we haven't got
pictures.
any.
Yeah, we haven't had any final.
I have a feeling that we're probably going to see that probably maybe Friday or maybe Monday. At the same time, whoever pre-ordered this on Sideshow might see their figures shipping. It's probably gonna be the same as what happened with Death Watch, Miles Morales, because that's what they're doing. They releasing those figures out, but not releasing those figures out. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. They're kind of like doing stealth releases. The only reason we know about it is because people have taken photos of it.
Yeah,
I put one picture at 2 a.m. in the morning. I couldn't sleep that night, and I put a picture and say, "Yes, I can't sleep." I couldn't sleep for real. And I saw somebody on Instagram, one of my the person that follows me, David, and he put the picture there. I'm like, "Oh wow, this is pretty good." It was literally like a minute after I checked Instagram, so I just put it. I was like, "What is this?" I didn't play the game, so I have no interest in that particular character. To be honest with you, it looks good,
Which character?
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
The game, yeah. I haven't played any of those games.
She's a good. I mean, it's comic. I would say it's a little more comic book accurate than what we have with Harley with the movies now. So I mean, if I'm sure Anthony, I don't know if you're a DC comic guy, but I think that's a little more comic book.
Oh, make no mistake. Make no mistake, bro. I love all 3 Arkham games. I've always been a Batman fan.
Yeah,
Rogues Gallery and all that stuff, and they're the line that I would be collecting if I wasn't collecting the Spider-Man line.
Spider-Man, right? Yeah.
Right.
Looks like someone is doing a live unboxing right there.
I'm
paying attention. That one looks. I figure it's sick, man. I'm telling you.
Not one. Oof. You got 3.
Buy today.
Oh yeah, Aries got his.
How many of that Venom do you think, guys, that they actually made that's on wait list?
What do you think it's low. I think it's low because I called Sideshow in the other day and they said that, because I'm wondering because of that issue that we've been seeing so far with the Venom. Mm-hmm. I told them like, so if let's just say knock on wood, if I had a problem with mine, will you guys be having those replacement parts? And they said, with the numbers that we have for that figure, we don't think so. So it looks to be very low. Yeah,
and that's what I was wondering because I'm almost thinking like, I figured you guys would know more about the Marvel. Maybe there is a trend, Anthony, going on where they are like, hey, we're going to come out with these figures like Venom. We talked about Darkseid Ray or this one or a Lando Endor or this figure or that figure, a carbonized figure, a Venomized Grogu, whatever, and they're just going to produce low numbers. And because we were talking about here, you were just bringing up, it's hard to buy all of these.
Right.
It is.
Is it possible that they know that? And they're like, you know what? Not everyone's going to be able to buy all of these. So we got to make just 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. And they go to another figure and let them pick and choose because we're not going to, the days of making more than that, it's not going to happen. I don't know.
That would be like a real shift in business target because that would be like it's usually done with collectibles. I have X amount of statues coming out. Mm-hmm. Whoever can afford it, they buy it. Whoever can't afford it, they'll buy the next one, and that's it.
Right.
Exactly.
But you know what happened with sorry, Ross, you can continue with your point.
Just in theory, completely different from like reissues and stuff like that. Who knows? Go down to
right. What I was saying is that the reason why this happened with Venom was because Carnage. As soon as Carnage was announced and they showed that Hesco, man, everyone and their mother start like freaking pre-ordering that figure because that complements very well. That was a smart move, if you ask me.
Well, they had to know that that's exactly what they were doing. Is to use that to increase the sales of that Venom figure.
Perfect sense.
Yeah. They do know it.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys think if there's a possibility? Because I know they've done this before. Do you guys think they might resell it? Like what they did with Yoda, where it sold out and it comes back for like another batch. Do you guys think that's possible for Venom? Because I know now there's a lot of demand for it now ever since the movie came out with Carnage. So do you think we're ever going to see that again with some of these particular figures like Venom?
I hope so.
I would hope, but I don't think so either. I'm with Dante. Go ahead.
Okay. To what, for Yoda?
No. I'm just saying like what they did with Yoda, where they re-released him for another batch.
With Venom. I mean, I don't think so because they did the Hasco and they put it with Carnage, so it would not make sense to do another figure. If that's what they do, if that's my guess, if that's what they do, they're probably gonna do a Venom and like a 2-pack type of thing with Venom and
Eddie Brock
and
2-pack, that'd be pretty cool to do
2-pack.
that. Yeah.
You know, that would be the only way I can see they do it.
Yeah, I agree.
No, that makes sense.
Riley's wondering if Dante, if you're going to review this CW Flash.
Is that from the show, right?
The show, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Okay. I'm gonna again. I don't know when it comes out. So it's supposed to be very soon.
Right, supposed to.
I've heard this week. I've heard this week that he's.
So if it is, I mean, I will not put it until next week because I'm out.
Right.
Tomorrow.
Because we're gonna get it here too. So we'll definitely have the review up on the channel for him. But I don't know how many people are picking it up. Just as a side note, I think it's kind of interesting that they decided to do a CW version.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm wondering, is that going to open up a new line?
Green Arrow. I was thinking.
Arrow. CW, like Arrow, Supergirl, Legends.
Yeah, Black Lightning or something. You know, things like that. Like,
I would love that.
I would too.
I may not be able to stay away from that.
Yeah, I think they were going to make Green Arrow. I think when they saw the numbers with Flash, they're like, I don't know if we should, go down this road. But I think if they announced the Green Arrow, I think that numbers for those figures would have gone up because. I'm sorry?
I hope not.
Because you like it, or is it?
Yeah, because like Aries said, I don't think I'll be able to actually keep out of it.
Now, it would be kind of hard not to miss. Like, you'd be like, I had to get these guys.
Right. And that's like the only Green Arrow, right? So, I mean, I know there's a third party out there, but I want like an official Hot Toy.
Yeah, there's the So-So Green Vigilante.
Right,
But I think that's the only one I've seen that's like, available to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting...
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Anthony, you muted.
You're muted.
Sorry.
It's all good.
So he's having technical difficulties.
Yeah, you guys can hear me now, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sometimes my mic thing just goes out, and I have no idea why, and I have to reinitialize it. But
have you tried turning it on and off again?
Yeah, of course. No. So I don't understand that. Flash would be the first figure, possibly the last, right? But that's what makes it interesting from a production standpoint is that they're going to put out a figure for a CW universe.
Yeah.
And they have people don't know. People may not want to invest in that. So it's it's tricky, right? It's not established. So for example, if we're fans of it, we may say, you know what, that would be pretty cool. I'm interested. You've got my interest. Should I purchase it though? I don't know. Are you going to continue down this path, or is this a one-off? You see what I'm saying? It's a weird situation. So then they'll go, oh, well, pre-orders weren't that high.
Yeah.
But is that data accurate? Because maybe
it's right. It's like Bad Batch. Like if you want to get them, but I'm just, are you going to put out all of them? It's like, I'm waiting for that.
Right.
It's
right. Because with Star Wars and Marvel, we already have multiple lines established.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But
so you bring something out, we get it.
Right.
But they have to wait for the release because some people, like you were mentioning, a lot of people don't like to pre-order right now. It's kind of a thing that they're not pre-ordering a lot of the figures because they just don't feel like it's worth it. I think you have to wait for it to release and see what comes out of that. Like what are the sales and the numbers from the actual release, because you can't tell anything from pre-orders right now.
Right.
I agree.
Like
and
for
what
instance,
are you saying, Dante? I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I was about to say that, with all due respect, right, with the CW, I haven't seen the show, so I cannot comment on how good it is or bad. I haven't seen it, but we have shows like The Mandalorian, we have shows like Loki, like a really, super known
top
characters,
tier.
right?
Yeah.
Not to say the Flash is not, but I think what Hatos is, this is my guess, they're probably gonna be doing some of these lines, and it's gonna be benefit you, the consumer, because they don't expect to have numbers like Mercury 5, for example, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be low quantity, so that means faster release. They can just do it, and then 8 months later, boom, is out. So that's a possibility as well. So that's why, with Hatos, you can never say no, they will not do that, because they've been changing so many things around, and anything they do is a market for it, and it's money for the company. So why not exploring those options, whether it's high quantities of something or low quantities? Still, you're gonna get your figure faster, right?
Oh, I agree. Go ahead, Aries.
No, I was going to say, Anthony, that the world has changed, so a lot of things are different. For instance, now that we're past COVID, a lot of people are used to working remotely.
Right.
And a lot of people are just not going to go back to not working remotely because the world has discovered, hey, we can kind of save 3-4 hours in a day not commuting. We can also do this. We can also do that. Companies can save money on rent. So on and so forth. And then I think that companies have to adapt and, we were doing it this way, and this is always the way. Well, wait a minute. Is there another way? Can we make money this way?
A better way.
Is less more, is more, a better way. So I bet you're going to see a lot of these changes because we have to adapt.
No, I agree. And that's how a lot of companies in general, not just, with Hot Toys, right? People are like, hey, we're used to working at home now, or we're used to this way, or hey, there's a lot of us that are used to doing like Grub Hubs and Uber Eats now and things like, like you said, the world's changing. No, but that's relevant though. That's relevant because now restaurants, for example, they have to think about those things. Oh, well, look how the world's changing. Now we better start offering these services, because things are changing, and a lot of it changed, I think, for the better in a way with all this whole ordeal with the pandemic and how we've been functioning, that there's a lot of things that we can just get done without the old ways in a way, so Hot Toys is a business just like everybody else. So they're going to have to adapt to that. And I know Lynch was saying in chat earlier that during the pandemic, there was just the sales numbers for Hot Toys, collectibles in general, just through the roof.
Yeah.
Mattel
as well.
That's the one he was talking about. Was Mattel?
Was it Mattel specifically? Okay. Well, I mean, I know there's been a ton here, with Hot Toys, right? I mean, we all know that the community has blown up this past year. So
Hasbro was up the first year of COVID.
Yeah, Hasbro too. Yeah, so it's pretty insane. That how companies are going to have to evolve, with this new, like Aries is saying, we're kind of in a new world now. It's slowly.
Yeah.
A lot of different things are changing, and they got to keep up with that. And what better way to do that, I think, than having, similar to what Dante was saying, same thing, like multiple low production runs, because they can get everything out.
Yeah.
And if you miss it, well, you miss it, right?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not against that. What I just said was, from what we understand, Hot Toys, it would be a big paradigm shift. Because then they would actually be telling you, now this is not toys, these are collectibles, which is a big paradigm change when we started talking about reissues and prices on the secondary market, especially. I'm not against it. It's just a big change that people would need to be aware of it. They can't just start doing like $1,000 runs and not telling anybody, and then telling.
Right.
Those 4 back runs, not coming back, and we just did 1,000.
Yeah, I'm curious about how that's going to work, because we are getting all these low production runs.
Yeah.
What their sales numbers are going to look like. Is it a deliberate thing?
It's a hit or miss. I mean, like for example, Lando, they didn't do much of this, but look at the quality of this figure. I mean, it's freaking amazing.
Right.
Death Watch that Rod is unboxing, it's a good figure as well. I mean, the color palette is beautiful. I love that figure 100%. They didn't make much of those. So those are the ones that it's kind of like a hit or miss, whether it's good right off the bat and people we like start pre-ordering and ordering the figure, or it's horrible.
Yeah.
Right.
So far, man, beautiful figures, man.
And
I mean,
love
that
this
does
one.
look
sick. This one looks sick. I love
You
it.
just-
Point with the higher detail and quality that they're trying to do, and they have clearly been doing with the Lando and the Death Watch, is it could possibly be smaller runs but higher quality.
Exactly.
Right.
And I'd be fine with that.
I'll take that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They do take their timeline. Look at that Hellboy figure. I mean, that was a low run figure, and it looks amazing. It's well detailed, and I've been noticing that because of high, well overproduced figures are not that great, but for figures like Hellboy, Lando, and even the Shore Trooper, they look amazing. I mean, it looks like they took their time with it. It was not super rushed with some of these, overly produced figures. So I appreciate that. I mean, that Lando figure, it looks like they tailored it really nice, because sometimes with overly produced figures,
the tailoring could be really off. And I'm glad that, for something like this, like Lando, they took their time on.
Well, put it this way, right? Those health sculpts are manually painted. It's not like they just put it in a machine and paint it by itself.
Of course.
So the less you have, the better you do it, because it's less of the same, right? The more you have, the more chances that from the prototype to the final product, it wears off a little bit, right? But all this happened because of what happened with Mark 85.
Yeah.
When whoever approved that health sculpt was either drunk or whatever. And again, and I'm gonna continue in every channel I've been to hold my word. And that head sculpt is not that bad in person, right? Some people hate it. It's fine. I personally think it's okay. Obviously, not the best head sculpt, but that was a problem. It was a huge problem because not only Hatos did another run of head sculpts, but it was at the worst time. Right. Pandemic hit. Amount of pre-orders were insane. The delays in shipping in the world. So it was timing was the worst. So they lost a lot of money on this. Now that they finally out with that, putting the new head sculpt, now they're catching up and they need to start releasing. But now they're paying extra attention to the head sculpts.
I'm still waiting for that new head sculpt from Sideshow. There's no news on that yet. So,
well, I don't remember who I was speaking to. I don't know if it was Dante, Rodrigo. I don't think it was Rodrigo because he doesn't like Iron Man. But it was an interesting point that because of the situation, right, where they put out the 85, right, the Tony Stank, and now they're remaking it, or remade it, I should say. It's going to make collectors still seek out the original sculpt.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was. I don't know if maybe you heard from me, but that's what I said. That now the Mark 85 with the Arena health sculpt is going to be unique. And actually, Fabio said it when I was talking to him. He said that he will not exchange that one with the new one.
Yeah, I think that's when we were on the stream last week or something. I remember someone was saying that.
It is unique. Think about it. Like 4 years from now, people are when they have that original run with that particular head sculpt, because again. If it's a treasure, if it's trash for somebody, it's treasure for somebody else, right?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now. So, for example, let's say that happened with a hot toy, right? Let's say Rex. They did 2 head sculpts for it, and they exchange it. What I would do is exchange one head and keep the other head for sure. I would not be. You know what I mean?
Right. That would be. But I don't think they give you that option though. You have to return the other one.
You have to return the other one.
And it's not for sale. So because this is a smart move too.
Thank
That's
God,
a smart move to exchange it instead of selling it.
Yeah, but you replace the one you've got, right? And then you buy a new one. The new one will come with a new head sculpt, so you have 2 now.
Right. Well, again, that's a good move. Yeah, if you keep the one that you have and buy the new one, then you'll have the other one. So you have 2 versions. Yeah, but the first version is going to be really because that's why it was delayed in the first place as well, because of the head sculpt. So that's another thing,
Right. Aren't you glad, Aries, that you're not into the Marvel game?
No, I mean,
this kind of stuff.
It's so much, and I was kind of thinking as we were all talking, we're talking about like it's hard enough, like you're saying there, but it's going to be hard enough just for the 2-pack Boba Fett, even though it's a great deal. It's like $250 or less than that, for each figure, so it's actually pretty good. But that's $500 steep, and that's coming way sooner than a lot of people expected, and it kind of makes me wonder about Mando and the Blurg, Quill and the Blurg, the quarter scale Mandalorian. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's some steep prices in there, $600 something.
Yeah.
How they're going to move.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. That we kind of mentioned that a little bit earlier, where it's like, can we, afford all of that? That's the bottom line, right? That's what it comes down to. The bottom line. It's $500 figure, $500 figure, another $400 figure. I mean, not everybody can pick all this stuff up.
Nope.
Wait for Wonder Woman, deluxe edition, the one with the golden armor.
The 84.
That's gonna be pricey, my friend.
Yeah, it is. Do you think that figure's overly produced?
Huh?
Good,
Do you think that figure's underproduced or overproduced?
No, anything that came out from that list, those were the delayed figures. Those were low numbers.
Low numbers, yeah.
Low numbers, yeah. So those they're gonna. I mean, low numbers meaning that few thousands, right? So probably once he's out, people are gonna start buying it like crazy because the head sculpts are gonna be
head
better.
sculpt's amazing.
Everything. I mean, that head sculpt for that Wonder Woman is amazing. I think the best I've seen.
Yeah,
and that might be the only DC, or it's hard to say, right? Only because it would be the first. It would be my first DC.
Really?
Well, no,
yeah.
You're not getting DC.
Well, I'm 100%, and the reason why, not because of it's the Wonder Woman movie, because that movie wasn't that good.
Oh, that was atrocious.
It's
So
the
bad.
Kingdom Come,
right?
Alex Ross Wonder Woman, and like Dante's saying, the sculpt is amazing. So for me, that is very comic book. It represents something that I enjoyed. You know what I mean? So yeah, and she's gonna go, like you said, because that whole list is all the low production runs. So
yeah,
it's like,
that thing is not gonna fit in the detail for those wings. So yeah, you gotta
no. Yeah.
You gotta get a module case for those.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. I gotta get my module cases, fingers crossed, sometime in 2029. I'm just kidding. Hopefully by November. Hopefully I'll get it. And man, I have so many figures that I want to put. I can't even display them because I have no more space. I'm out of space. Like whatever you see there, I'm fitting like some smaller figures. It's like all crowded.
Yeah.
When I get my module cases, still that's all the space I have. But with module cases, I can fit more. You know, because I'm gonna put a racer too. So
yeah, to me, it's like if you cram so many figures in one shelf, you don't appreciate it. You know, you gotta give them the space. You gotta give them the love for each figure because it's an art piece, right? So it's good to appreciate it for what they are.
Shane, I just wanted to ask you for the past like 50 minutes. I saw your General Grievous in the back with a nice pose, like holding the gun. That's the sideshow one, right?
Yeah, that's the sideshow.
Did you fix it? You fixed the joints?
Yeah. Well, the single arm joints.
Oh, that's the one that you got, the replacement?
Yeah, you can kind of take a look there, right? You can kind of see it.
It looks actually pretty good. I love that pose, like simple but look.
Yeah. It was it came out nice. I mean, I am getting a fix for the double arms. I'm just gonna use some little O-ring washers.
Well, did you get back to them? Because I know Dante, you had commented on that too on your channel, but like it's only the top two, right? That was it. That was not a mistake, because I think Shane was the first person that I know of that received them. And I remember you were like, "Huh, that's it? Is this a mistake?"
Yeah. It's just for the single arms, not for the double arm joints.
So they said you have 2 arms working. That's it. It's more than enough. They tell you. They tell you that.
Well, no, I haven't actually sent them anything yet because I've just been busy. So I will here shortly, soon, one of these days, and ask if that's it or if we expect to get the other ones later. Hopefully, be nice, because the ones that I did get, they came in. They are super tight and they hold up really well. So if they were to put the other ones out like that, it would pretty much fix that figure, except for that stand. But
yeah, that's disappointing. Because I had thought originally that when you received that maybe they did forget the bottom arms.
Yeah, but I got that new cape, which is amazing.
Oh, yeah, worth it, right? I mean, everything worth it.
I confess that I don't know how a company the size of Sideshow can be able to actually make all the freaking mistakes in a reissue possible in human mankind. It's mind-boggling. I mean, how can you just sell it wrong, sell it a lie, fix the wrong issue, send the figures with problems, and then when you fix it, you don't fix it. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah. It was a disappointment. Yeah, it was a disappointment when I was surprised too. I thought it was a mistake when I saw those two joints. I'm like, what are they sending me? I thought they were gonna send me two like arms. That's what I thought.
I shook the package. I'm like,
I know, like two little. And the funny thing is, like, I got two. I ordered two Grievous. So the first replacement pack was the actual good joints, and then the other ones was exactly the same for the same arm. So like one I had right and left, the other one I just got left.
But Dante, do you know how you see how crazy the thing is?
That's nuts.
While we all had the issue with the joints, right? Then Shane had an issue with a missing buckle, and they sent him
my endgame cap. He was missing that one little buckle on his strap there.
Really?
So I sent them an email. I said, "Hey, can you send me? It wasn't in the package, nothing like that." They sent me an entire body minus
Just
the head. So I got 2 endgame caps now because I just stuck the other portrait. The other.
See, and that's the good thing about them.
I
Yeah.
got 2.
waiting for the figure still. So see how crazy this is? The same, that's the same company. That's mind-boggling.
I actually returned today mine. I wanted to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm talking about the Grievous.
You're too nice.
I wanted to wait for the joints, and I was thinking it's gonna be arms. And then when I saw the one single joint, I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, okay, I was nice enough to give you a 6, first of all, on my review. So I'm not gonna. I mean, it's worthless for me. I mean, the joints are loose.
Right, you're like, I gave you a 6. All right.
I gave you a 6, which is a
2.
high score for a figure that shouldn't be like 0. To be honest with you,
right?
Because the overlook is not that bad. I mean, if you don't touch that figure, it looks beautiful. If you open the box and look it without taking it out, it's a nice figure. But if you want to do poses, like at least like a normal pose, like the one that Shane has, I couldn't even do it.
But come on.
This is how many broken parts I had. This is like how many they sent me all kinds of arms. Like
it's a spider.
I got that one. Because he had broken arms all over the place. I dropped another one. See?
Wait a minute. How many arms do you have there?
Enough to make the meme a reality on his figure.
I have 6 sets.
Wow.
Of arms. Because when I got him in originally, 2 arms were broken. And then I told them one was really loose, so they sent me a whole nother arm. So I have all these other pieces for I can build another Grievous.
I didn't even know that, man, because we talk a lot, but I didn't know they kept sending you arms.
Yeah, I got tons.
Yeah, clearly I got a whole box.
Well, mine came. It didn't even have a blaster in it. It was missing the blaster entirely. So they sent me one of those too. I don't know how many Grievouses they had to take apart to fix my order.
Right.
Who's doing the QC on those figures, man? Either somebody
they dropped the ball.
Or
they
did. Like, all right, let's do this.
Hey, Latoya, everybody, Latoya's here too as well. Appreciate you checking in. But you're right. Yeah, really hope makes serious yeah, we do. We do deserve better, right? And I don't think that's what they don't seem to comprehend that or care.
I don't think it's too hard to ask for better from a company like that. Like you're willing to buy all these figures for a decent price. It's not hard for them to, give something back, put some effort into it.
Well, yeah, they gave me a whole cap. I'm good.
And they came out and flat out said that they fixed the joints, and they didn't. So
how crazy quality control is this? That you literally have whole community with something and then just keep giving bodies. Another one just said that there was an issue with a peg for 501 and also get an extra figure. What kind of quality control have you got? It's like a dice. They got a 6, so he got the whole thing. Oh, got a 1, though he gets nothing.
Yeah, it almost seems like that they were trying to slip past, a fast one by a lot of collectors. A lot of hype on Grievous, and they were hoping people would just accept it. And I'm glad to see for $300, what was it, $295, that we're not accepting that type of product for that price. I mean, it's ridiculous. Honestly, when I got mine in the mail, I didn't even open it from the box. I called them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, here's your money." I brought it right back to UPS. They gave me I guess they sent the shipping label, right? Whatever you paid for. I was really disappointed. Man, I hope Hot Toys does one.
Oh, it's going to be an expensive one though.
Guys, I'm gonna excuse myself. I have to leave now. I have to wake up early tomorrow, and I have to finish off some things here. But nice to see everyone. Nice to see you, Sean, Shane, Aries, AG, Rodrigo.
I think Dante, we were probably gonna wrap up anyway. To be honest with everybody, so I was just gonna, if you're not in a rush, I was gonna say, what do you have going on coming up?
Me, okay. Well, thanks for that. Thanks everyone for tuning in and for watching this stream. I mean, you guys I was actually listening to you guys while I was editing my video. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna have the What's Next episode 3 airing tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that. I have some news that I wanna share about a couple figures. So you'll see that tomorrow 9 a.m. And then I'm gonna be away for a few days, so I'll be back Tuesday. Whatever comes, whatever happens, whatever is out tomorrow, Friday, it will be on my channel for Tuesday. So you'll see the review on Tuesday. That's the fastest because I'll be here Monday night, so I think Tuesday is a decent day. But yeah, that's all I got. And I'm working on my collection tour as well. like my friend Fabio. So he's actually helping me to do my collection tour. So just wanted to say that.
All right.
Yeah,
No,
man.
perfect.
Cool.
But so no, we appreciate you coming in and enjoy the vacation, and we'll talk soon. We'll talk soon. And make sure everybody go check out Dante if you haven't already.
100%.
Link description. Man, Hot Collectibles.
Thank you, guys.
We see you on the flip side, brother.
Thanks.
See ya.
All right, bud.
See you, man.
KG, have you got? What have you got?
Yeah, KG.
Oh, me? Yeah, pretty much
yeah, what's going
live
on with
stream
you?
this Sunday. We're going to be talking about, the figures this week, and also, what's it called? Last night, I actually DM'd Mafia and a couple of people that are going to come on to our, review of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 movie. I just felt that, it was one of those films that we should review, and it's going to be the first time we're going to review a film, so that'll be cool. That'll be fun.
Yeah,
And-
absolutely. And you brought that to my attention earlier. You're like, hey, when's the last time you watched Spider-Man 2? I'm like, gosh, I haven't seen that in whenever. I think maybe me and Sean watched it.
Really?
Whenever that came out.
2004.
2000. Okay, 2004.
Yeah,
Wow, it's that old already.
it's that old.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and rewatch it for Sunday, and then
Definitely.
we'll kind
The
of go
best
from
out of
there.
all three.
Yeah.
It is. It's
No.
100% the best.
Yeah. I would say that was the best out of all three as well.
Yeah.
I would absolutely.
Guilty,
Sorry. Go ahead, Rod.
I wouldn't say it was the best. Guilty,
Out of all three.
No.
Which is your favorite?
Look at that's awesome. I love his picture.
Well, which is your best
Right.
Raimi Spider-Man movie then? Out of all three Raimi movies,
I would say they are all bad.
Yeah, not a fan.
Same level of bad.
Oh,
Wow.
They weren't bad. They weren't bad. I don't think
they
they
were a
were.
product of the times.
Just,
Yeah, no, I think they were okay. For the time, like Sean was saying. I don't like Tom Holland.
Me neither.
So, but it's to each their own, right?
Yeah,
To
of
each their
course.
own. I know, and KG grew up with those. So
Yeah, I grew up with those.
yeah,
Thank
so
you.
it's kind of rough. Now, but yeah, before we wrap up too, Aries, what's going on with you, bud? You got anything happening in the works here that we want to talk about, or?
Well, absolutely. First, I want to say thank you so much for having me on, Anthony. This is a great show. So hope you keep it up, and watching yours. Real honored to be here. Love to come back again. So a lot of fun with y'all. Absolutely. I just put out another market market chart show today. Another market show. Actually earlier today. So definitely check that out. I talk about some interesting things going on in the secondary market right now for Star Wars Hot Toys. Also had one just a couple of days ago as well, kind of chaining together. And then, I think we'll bring it to a culmination, this Friday. I'm going to be live, market show live, this coming Friday at 9 p.m. I know some of you regulars will be on there, so looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
So I'll be live there. Have a couple of other things coming out for next week. We got another of the Aries Turrington show coming out. Special guest on there, and more, the market show live. That is possible. That Live and Raw is coming soon.
Oh,
Nice.
And yes, it is, because we're going to be getting some announcements, some official announcements, and I'm going to correlate it with that. So stay tuned. But thanks for having me.
yeah, no, definitely. And again, everybody here, Sean, Shane, Rod, we're all part of the crew here. Joe, who, he couldn't be with us tonight, but, we always do our regular weekly streams here. It depends. We try to do Tuesdays, Thursdays, but couldn't pass up the opportunity for the Dark Jedi to be here with us. So, it's a Wednesday stream. Seriously, I'm honored that you're here. I love it. I love what you do for the community. I love everybody that's a part of this. We all contribute in our own ways, and it's amazing. It's just such a wonderful community that we have here, right? Like, a lot of us would never know each other had it not been for, our passions and what we love. I mean, like, Rod's in New Zealand. I'd never meet him. I'm never going to go to New Zealand.
Rod, I know, right?
Right. So, again, but real quick, let me go and just wrap up the chat here, because I know I've been trying to keep up with everybody here, so
Also
I definitely
coming.
I'm sorry?
Boston Collectors, thank you for coming over and checking out our stream. I was checking their pictures. I sent them a couple of messages. So thanks for coming over.
Yeah. Oh, okay, perfect. Well, we appreciate it, definitely. Everybody here, I mean, Lynch, like I said, Lynch is here. He couldn't be with us tonight, but, Riley's here, Latoya, Jason, Ryan. I mean, there was so many people here tonight. I'm just trying to see everybody who was here. Fabio, Fab's Figures, get your damn collection tour up, man. This guy's got over 800 figures. I want to see them all. So get it done, buddy. Soul Nightmare was here. JB Collection, I don't know if you're still here. We got to get you on one of these nights. Let me know when, if you are. Riley, everybody, DK. There's just so many people. We appreciate all the support. And anything else going on? I mean, Shane, I know we're all kind of part of the crew here, but do you have any plans? Anything exciting coming up? Or
I don't have anything. Hopefully something coming in. Maybe a Rex or something, but we don't see that happening anytime soon. But,
hopefully. Here's the thing. JV said that. Oh, I didn't hear that from one of the employees. So it's like one of the employees saying, "Yeah, it's coming. It's not coming. It's not. It's coming." So it's just. Who knows? Hopefully.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like when it gets here, it gets here.
Right.
Yeah. As long as you have it on pre-order, just know that one day you're gonna get it. So,
yeah. No, I agree. So
AG, I've got 501s stuck in traffic because of the typhoons in Hong Kong. So.
Okay, you don't need to show it off. Jesus. No, kidding.
All right. So any last words? We good here, guys?
Last words?
Nothing?
No, that's pretty much it, man.
All right, perfect. So then we're going to go ahead and take off, guys. Again, thanks for watching. Be sure to really, if you haven't already, KG, Aries, our channel ourselves, if you like it, thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. That's fine. But I really subscribe to everybody here. Everybody here is amazing. So until next time, I think we'll see you guys. Well, Aries, I'll probably be with you Friday then, right?
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
So stream on Aries Friday night,
KG,
9 p.m.
Right?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm there.
Okay, perfect. And that's that's gonna be a wrap then, guys. So we'll see you probably Tuesday here. And I got a couple reviews coming myself too. I think I've got Miles here, Death Watch is here. Already did Rex. Check it out. It was pretty good. What else do I have? I think that's it.
That's it.
For right now, that's all you have. You have some more that might be coming in, but I think that's it.
Yeah, well, I'll probably do the Green Vigilante because we have that here, and then when the CW Flash comes in, we'll do kind of maybe a back-to-back one, and we'll mix them together, do some cool poses.
Kind of like a two-part, like a two-pack type of thing.
Yeah, just for fun. So, all right, guys. Until then, we'll see you guys next time.
All right. Good night.
See ya.
Good night.
See ya.